SBM Live, subscribe. We speaking boxing. SBM Live, subscribe. We speaking.
What's going on, boxing fans? This is Kenneth, SBM Boxing, SBM Live. Subscribe. Let's speak boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Maidana 2. We're less than 2 weeks away. September 13th is going to be the rematch. It's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view, Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM Grand. You know, Mayweather fights in Vegas. MGM. He's Mr. Vegas himself. But we're going to speak about the All Access episode 1 of their rematch. Some people think, you know, they actually think this is the best All Access episode, which I completely disagree Showtime has ever produced. But I disagree. But anyways, in 2 weeks, these guys are going to take place. You guys already know, SBM Boxing, family-based environment. A lot of friends, family, and, you know, George the Boxing Genius at his house is going to be hosting these fights. You know, so if you guys are not going to catch the Mayweather versus Maidana, you best believe that we're going to go live. We're going to go round by round coverage every 3 rounds. George the Boxing Genius is actually going to go ahead and record, give you guys an update. Me myself, this is actually the first major fight. Matter of fact, this is the first Mayweather fight that I'm not going to catch at the Boxing Genius house. I'm gonna be in France, so for work. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can catch the fight in France. See if I can get some French people or whatever, give their fight predictions and stuff like that. I don't speak French or anything like that, but I will be in France. So look at the videos. So I'll be recording in France. George the Boxing Genius is gonna be recording at his house. But let's talk about All Access. All Access itself. Hold on one sec. Boxing fans in this episode, boxing fans got a chance to see Money Mayweather live up to his name, Money. You know, you got to see his huge mansions, his cars, spending cash on his entourage in Las Vegas. Like I said, he's Mr. Vegas himself. He runs the show over there. He always surrounds himself around beautiful women. Love him or hate him, you know, yeah, he does what he does, you know. Mayweather speaks about what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, what he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it, and he basically calls the show. You know, he does what he wants. He controls the outcome, and he touched a little bit in regards to his past fight against Maidana, a fight Mayweather won clearly all 12 rounds, indecision-wise, and just like Mayweather says, just because, you know, Maidana won a few rounds, all of a sudden people are, you know, just getting crazy and thinking that he lost the fight. In my eyes, it was a good competitive fight. It was a good competitive fight, but it was more competitive than Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero, even Kenneth Alvarez, the Ricky Hatton Mosley fight. Even though Mosley almost knocked, you know, he caught Mayweather, but after this, you know, coming into the 3rd, 4th round in that fight, Mayweather just completely dominated. But I think it was a closer fight than those fights. But it wasn't as close as I think Cotto and De La Hoya gave Mayweather a better run for his money. You know, I would have gave Zab Judah a good props as well, but I think Judah lost his composure second half of that fight. But going back to the All Access episode 1, Maidana Mayweather 2, I would agree with Mayweather on a lot of stuff. You know, I would definitely agree with Mayweather on a lot of stuff. Maidana did fight a dirty fight. Say what you want. I know a lot of people are going to get upset by it. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight, but it was dirty. Now, they were in this episode, they were going back and forth as far as regarding the glove scandal. And I really don't understand why people are upset. People are upset. They're bothered over the fact that the gloves were clearly not padded. They were clearly not padded. And you're getting paid millions. As a matter of fact, he didn't get paid millions. He got paid like, you know, $1 million to go ahead and fight Mayweather. It's a fight that is more money than you ever have been paid before. And you know, you're getting a huge ass payday. You're fighting a champ. You're fighting the pound for pound king. And it's not like you're not. He's offering you gloves that are on the same. You know, they're not different from his. They're the same gloves. So what's the problem? You know, what I really don't understand. Like, what's, you know, a lot of people are getting all caught up in that. I understand where Mayweather's coming from, but I understand where Maidana's coming from. But I don't understand where Maidana's coming from. Before, you know, Mayweather's a cash cow. He's a champ and stuff like that. Dude, you're getting an opportunity. It's not like he's making you fight with different gloves. You're fighting the same gloves that he's wearing. So what's the big problem? there's a lot of fighters out there who would gladly throw on them gloves just to fight Mayweather himself. But anyways, coming into this fight, Maidana, he's making his own demands. He's contradicting himself. He's saying, he's demanding his own gloves, but then again, he's in all access. He's saying, what difference does it make? I'll fight in any gloves. But he is demanding his own glove. Garcia in the camp is demanding to go ahead and fight with these gloves, and he's taunting him during the press conference and stuff like that regarding gloves. But this is all a mind game and stuff like that. But anyways, the demands for those gloves are the same gloves that Mayweather already rejected the last fight in May. Mayweather looked at the issue. He looked at the gloves. He inspected them himself. He gave Garcia. He said, "Look, there's nothing against you. I think you're a great trainer and stuff like that. But this has nothing to do with you. You know what? If you're gonna dethrone the champ, you gotta do it cleanly. You gotta do it fairly." But they went ahead and they inspected it. They definitely inspected it. And the padding wasn't there around the knuckles compared to the other gloves that were presented at the table. Those particular gloves weren't padded. But coming into this next fight, Maidana's strategy is simple. It's a simple strategy. It's going to be similar as the first 6 rounds he took on and back in their first fight in May, which Mayweather won a controversial majority decision. It's coming into this he's going to come in super aggressive, applying constant pressure. But there is no denying itself. He did give Mayweather a good fight, tough fight, and gave him a run for his money. Maidana said, quote unquote, this fight, I'm not going to respect him. I'm not going into this fight. I'm not going to make him fight his fight. I'm going to make, and he's a little upset. He sit there and say, Mayweather needs to stop running, stop talking his mouth, and stop being a little bitch and fight. Excuse my language or whatever. That's what he's basically saying. But at the end of the day, love or hate him, struggling to read or not to read, which I think that's just irrelevant when it comes to the boxing game. But anyways, that's here or there. That's a whole different topic. I'm not even going to touch bases on that. Mayweather's regarded, matter of fact, he's the best pound for pound king in the world. He's the man, dude. He's the man. George the Boxing Genius can say what he wants. But at the end of the day, Pops knows Mayweather has beat them all. He's a 2007, 2013 fighter a year. He has 5. He has world titles in 5 different weight classes. One of 5 fighters has ever done that in their career. He's 46-0, 26 KOs, and of them 46-0, 22 of those victories are world title fights. And that's pretty badass resume. Matter of fact, I think his last 6 fights, something like that. I couldn't even tell you. They're all been title fights. The man's a bad dude, and he definitely perfected his craft. But it's funny how Mayweather is taunted. People taunt him whatever, being flashy. But it's so funny to see how fighters are and how they get after the fight, after they fight Mayweather, after they got a little bit of money in their pockets. They kind of change and they become flashy themselves. Victor Ortiz did it. Canelo Alvarez did it. Say what you want, Canelo Alvarez is a little cocky motherfucker now. But it's cool because he's not Mayweather. Victor Ortiz, cocky motherfucker. Say what you want. It doesn't matter. They changed just a little bit. And Maidana himself, last all access before the fight, Mr. Farmer Boy, Mr. He's a real humble dude. But once you put a little money in your pocket and stuff like that, you start changing a little bit. Coming into this all access, you see his gold necklace and his diamond bezel charm with his matching Rolex, and doing helicopter tours and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying don't get mad when Mayweather himself, he's enjoying his wealth and he's enjoying his money. But that's a whole different topic. But one of the topics, if you didn't catch that episode of All Access, episode 1, it was pretty cool. It was you didn't miss much, whatever, but. Of them training. But speaking about training, I want to talk about Alex Ariza, the strength and conditioning coach, Alex Ariza, the guy who helped increase the strength of Manny Pacquiao and helped him climb them divisions. All them weight classes just completely dominated. And this is the same time where, you know, Mayweather himself was questioning the steroids performance enhancing usage. But anyways, Alex Ariza was seen at the Mayweather boxing gym, helping Mayweather stretch before a long run. You know, there's no official word whether Ariza is officially working with Mayweather and whatnot. But he did see him, you know, going out there helping Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know, but anyways, I just want to create this video about that. Guys, subscribe, friend request. Keep you guys updated with everything. George the Boxing Genius will be going live with that, giving round for round live feedback. So if you guys don't catch the fight, go ahead and subscribe right now, and I guarantee it. You guys won't be disappointed. Anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Friend request, subscribe. Have a good one.